Hey, I'm Des.
Hey y'all, I'm Sai.
And we're the co-hosts of Let's Talk Sis podcast, where we truly believe that together empowered women can transform their lives.
Join us for heartfelt stories, enlightening conversations, and a whole lot of accountability along the way. Oh my gosh, we're finally here.
Oh my goodness.
Like, how does it feel for you?
I'm excited. I'm happy.
Really?
Yeah. I don't feel like, because at first I feel like it was a little stressed. Like, okay, we said we was going to do it this date and we pushed it back. But I feel like it's perfect timing.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely been a long time coming for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we've been able to cross off like one of the many projects that we've been
we've
on.
been crossing off a lot of the stuff we said we was going to do.
Especially for this year. I feel like we definitely conquered. Now, I can't say that my personal goals, I knocked them knocked off the park, but these goals.
To be completely honest, though, I feel like, because I feel like when we started, we like, okay, you have your personal life, I have my personal life, and then we have this together. Mm-hmm. And it's like we're going to hold each other accountable in our personal lives, as well as still showing up for dear sister. I don't really know about you, but I feel like in the midst of everything, my personal life just became like dear sister. Like the stuff that I was supposed to do is like...
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. I feel like we definitely, in the process of building our community, we neglected... I don't want to say neglect, because I feel like neglect has like a negative connotation associated with it, but we definitely have placed like our own personal brands on the back burner to make sure that this was like a genuine collaborative effort. And I can say I feel like the way that we have restructured our community, it's been easier to progress personally because of like the pillars that we focus on and stuff like that. So
especially, I mean, the foundation is accountability. So it's like with us showing up and having everything in order in this part of our lives, it'll be a little bit easier to be like, okay, now I got this, that, and the third I need to handle once this is situated. Because I know for me, for the most part, this was like, this whole journey of us doing this together was like a new thing, like a fresh new thing. And I'm always interested in new stuff. Not saying that I don't care about what I was doing before or anything old, but I don't know, just like new beginnings, new starts is like, ooh.
See, I feel like I'm kind of the same way, but I think that comes from like me constantly having that urge of being like wanting stimulation.
Yeah.
Like I constantly feel like if I'm not being stimulated in life, I'm not progressing. Which is like, I feel like it has its pros and its cons, but nonetheless, I am really excited to be here recording episode 1.
Oh my gosh.
I know. We have been here for like the past 5-6 hours. Literally.
Yeah. But we're here.
I know.
So
it seems surreal. I'm really excited to see where this goes and takes us, and I really just want to say publicly and then just say to you that like I'm really happy that we stick to and we press forward with everything that we say we were going to do.
Yeah.
Regardless of a time frame or deadlines or anything like that. One thing I could definitely say is we definitely keep our word.
And I think that's because the reasoning is there. Like the foundation is there. So it's like if ends may not always connect or it might not always be exactly when we want it to be.
Yeah, that's true.
We got like, we know why we doing it. We know where we're going. Yeah. So that's why I feel like it happens. Because everything that we talked about is
literally
happening.
Everything. No, literally everything. I definitely agree with that. And I feel like it makes it so much easier for me personally to show up when we have like active people that is participating. Because
you're not just here for yourself.
Exactly. I feel like it's way bigger than just like you and I.
Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
We were actually having a conversation the other day with a friend, and she was asking like, how did we get started and stuff like that. And then we couldn't really pinpoint
give an answer.
Yeah. And then I was having a conversation this past weekend, and I was trying to like just backtrack and kind of identify like where everything first started. And I think it started from us doing like our workout reels. People love them so much.
Definitely. And they like, we need more content from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how we merged over into Dear Sister becoming a thing collaboratively.
I don't neither. Like, because at first it was just like content, meeting up, that then it was like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how we got here, honestly. I know that there was a common interest, but I'm not sure where exactly or whatever the case may be. But we're here nonetheless, like I said. All right.
We're here. Like, this is crazy.
I know.
And it's crazy because, like, with the way we showed up originally with the working out stuff, that everybody was like, and when we did that, did we already have plans of collaboration or no? Was that before?
This was because I started like my own personal fitness journey, and then we was already
you wanted
together.
To use me as an experiment.
So I'm like, all right, we might as well work out this and the third. And then I got you in the gym with me, and I'm like, yo, we should record this because like she's dead serious. Like people gotta see this. And I remember people was commenting like, don't stop, like y'all gonna blow up, like keep going this and the third.
We gotta show. We need some more fitness.
We definitely gotta bring it back.
It'll probably be the same too.
Yeah,
we definitely
you ain't been in the gym in like
not
how
too
long
much. Not
okay,
too much.
Yeah.
But this is crazy. Like, all right, so what are the what can we give them to look forward to? Like, what are we coming with this? What are we coming to this podcast with?
I think for me, and I believe that it's the same for us collectively. I'm really just looking forward to having like those genuine and transparent conversations.
Definitely.
That are like transformative, you know?
Yeah.
The ones that make you leave the podcast or leave as a listener or whatever the case may be and actually feel like, wow, like I got something from this, you know? Like there's a takeaway from this all. I feel like
I agree.
No shade, you know, to nothing that anybody has as far as publicity wise and tabloids and all that other stuff. But I feel like we already have so many gossiping or like, you know, of those type of podcasts.
The podcasts that just get the people riled up.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that because, you know, there's a target audience for everyone. But I think that
it's not ours.
Yeah. You know how they be saying like every girl gossips and stuff like that and like friendships this and that. I could genuinely say we don't like we really don't gossip. Like every conversation I feel like we have is progressive. I'm not sure why.
We really don't.
We don't gossip.
No.
We really don't.
Nobody comes up in our conversations but like people
like our friends. Yeah. Like that's about it.
I mean, but at the same time, do we currently have any gossip going on in our lives to talk about?
I mean, yeah. But I feel like gossip be outsourced too.
Like other people's business?
It don't be your business that people be gossiping. Like friends typically gossip about.
I feel like, I don't know if you can relate, but especially moving to Houston, like I've already felt like this before when I moved, but especially moving here, I feel like I'm so out of the loop.
Yo, me too. Of like you don't know nothing that's going on.
Like I don't know nothing. Literally. Until I talk to my friends and they're like, oh, you heard this and you heard that? And
no, seriously.
At this point, I'm not even interested because I don't feel like I know these people no more.
No, seriously.
So it's like I just feel so out the loop.
Even something as small as them looting, like back home in Philly. I didn't find out till like somebody from St. Louis was like, oh yeah, they tear it up in your hometown.
I found out because somebody posted on their Instagram something about Lululemon. And I'm like, what's going on? And then when I had to call my grandma because she stays on the news, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are they stealing stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely out of the loop. And I feel like the transition moving here and then transitioning from like being technically out the loop or whatever, I definitely felt like, I don't know, that whole friendship process. Like, I don't know, like just feeling like you're outgrowing your friends.
So how do you feel about that completely? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean the whole friendship process? Because
I feel like, okay, transitioning here was my own personal process, right? So that's one factor, one element that I'm dealing with, right? Yeah. And then on the outside, you got this environmental factor where it's like, okay, I'm in a new environment. I don't know these people. I'm trying to, get acquainted, get
Yeah.
acclimated in a new city. And then you got the societal factor where it's like, okay, I got friends and family back home. I got friends and family
Yeah.
here. But in the midst of me going through my own stuff, I don't really have the time or the mental capacity to show up or probably be what's considered show up as what's considered to be like a good friend. But also it's kind of like I feel myself weighing a scale often of like, did I outgrow this person or is it just proximity? Like,
Yeah.
How's it
Well,
been for you?
for me, it's much different because I moved so far from my friends straight out of high school. I moved right after I graduated high school. So, it was definitely proximity at the time. And then moving to Houston, I feel like I was able to identify a little bit more like, okay, this is not just proximity, like, cause I've been going. So it's like, okay, we're just not on the same frequency no more.
Oh, got you.
And then also with moving from Miami to Houston with the friendships I had there, it's like, okay, this was definitely proximity. Like, this was because we was around each other. We was in school together. Because no shade, no, nothing. But it's like, we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not, we have
in
nothing
the
to
same
talk
class
about.
or hanging out around campus or whatever the case may be. It's like,
so I mean, it's different for everybody, and a little hard to identify with some people, and it's kind of hurtful to be able to identify that too. Like, it kind of hurt when you feel like these is your closest people, and it's like
nobody really know me. Yeah. So like, is this something that you feel like you were able to identify, or is this something that you feel like both parties have been able to like come to a realization that, okay, like, maybe that's
not something I ever thought about, but I would like to believe that both parties came to the same realization, but not all the time. Not all the time. I mean, a lot of people just think, you know how people are. It's like, oh, you doing this now. You like, people don't understand, because you don't grow at the same exact time as everybody else. You don't experience different things. You don't go through your mental growth, your personal growth. You don't do that the same exact time as other people. So when you start to realize some things, they may not have realized it yet.
Yeah. That's so crazy, because I literally found myself having a conversation with somebody and I was just like, I feel like I've really been badgering you, but it's been out of love, right? Because it's like, when you from the outside looking into a person, right, you see their potential, you see like the capacity, you see like, okay, I see this in you, but it's like you don't see it in yourself, so you kind of get frustrated, and now you badgering them and you want to ask like, bro, what's going on? Like, you said you was gonna do this, or you said you was gonna show up like this, but I just realized that it's like, it's selfish.
It's very selfish. And I have a question about that though. You said when you see what you say, when you see something in somebody,
like potential,
is that you're putting what you want them to be on them? Because if they can't show up and be that what you see for them to be, then that's not them.
So I feel like it's two things. I feel like well, I'm like 97% delusional for one. But for two, I feel like people show signs and tendencies of their characteristics and personality traits, right?
Right.
I think that environment plays a huge role in the consistent factor of that if you don't have enough discipline. So somebody can show up to be one way, right? And just because they don't have enough discipline, they might fall victim to their environment or like their circle or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, I see the potential in you because I've seen you do it, and I'm disappointed that you didn't keep at it. You know?
Okay. So it's just a lack of discipline.
Yeah, but then it's like,
or easily influenced. But then still, it's like
how much until enough is enough?
Not even just that. It's like, if this is really who you are, you can't function. Because if you're so easily influenced and you have zero discipline, you're never going to be able to be, or they're never going to be able to be that person you see them as.
Yeah, but I feel like saying never is limiting, right? And then I have this reverse perspective because for example, if you grew up in Philly, right, and then you moved to Miami at a young age, everybody in Philly who you left is still always going to hold you as the same that's who you were in Philly. So I try not to have that limiting like mindset or put that capacity on somebody, because they can surpass they can surpass who you envisioned them to be.
Very true. But what you're saying is you envision them to be something that they're not coming near.
No, what I'm saying is I'm saying they showed up or showed this certain thing. So I'm holding them to a standard that they set for themselves.
Hold on, you're holding them to a standard that their actions set for themselves, or that
their actions set for themselves, but they don't have the discipline to show up consistently as this person.
So it's like
exactly. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like just inconsistency, and I think that requires a lot of patience and a lot of grace, because I too was at a point in life where
patience and grace for you or them.
For them.
Okay.
But then impatience in the midst of waiting, in the midst of extending grace, is like, how much until enough is enough, you know?
Because I can't want more for you than you want for you. And then
that
also, goes for anything.
What if this person doesn't even tap into their potential for the next 10 years?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant by the never. But I guess never is really limiting. But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you could be looking at something like you can show up and do this, and you counting the time like, okay, because actually this is a situation that I was in. I wanted somebody to be something, and it's like, okay, you start working on it today, you gonna be like this in 6 months or in 3 months. The whole time, they probably not going to start realizing it for themselves in the next, like you said, 10 years.
Yeah. And I think I also had to realize that everybody's process is different. Like everybody's process is not going to look like mine. And I feel like for the longest, being completely transparent, I just felt like my personal development journey was like the right way. And I think that, no, seriously, like it was
the right way for you.
No, I'm saying transparently that I believe that my personal development journey was the right way to go, like the right approach. And when I say that, no, all across the board. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like when you're embarking on this journey of personal development, if you're not feeding yourself something positive externally, how are you growing? A lot of people say they're doing the work, but where is the work coming from? You get what I'm saying? Are you reading those books? Are you getting in those rooms? Are you getting a mentor? So getting that external energy and like, you know, that's doing the work to me.
Definitely.
And then I think I have to be transparent and say, everybody's process is different, because somebody can sit in a room by themselves and just hone in on something and, you know, take small steps every single day, and that'll work for them.
That's what I meant by when I kept saying for you, because something that might have been the best way for you could be the total opposite for the next person.
No, but I'm saying transparently, like I was a mess, like that was wrong of me to believe that my way was like the right way. I thought that was the right way. Like whole time there's no right or wrong.
Exactly. You know? Especially with other people in their journey, with their past experiences, or because people only show you what they show you. You don't really know what's really going on with everybody else to say like you should be doing this, or your journey should look this way.
Exactly. And that's very, very selfish. So I'm happy that I came to a realization of that. And I feel like that was just me just projecting. But out of love. Because my intentions weren't malicious, you know? So.
Did they know?
I think people definitely know. But knowing and feeling can definitely come off in two different manners. Like you can know when someone's intent is genuine or whether it's malicious, but however you feel is however you feel. Like however you process whatever they're saying is completely on that person, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like it'll be invalidating of me to say that they're supposed to just take that my intentions were pure just because of how they felt. Does that make sense?
I get what you're trying to say. So you're saying just because your intentions was good, you want them to excuse their feelings or dismiss their feelings because they know, oh, she didn't have bad intentions?
Well, I'm actually saying the complete opposite. I'm actually saying that it was completely selfish of me to project.
Oh, so that's how you thought before.
Exactly. Okay. But I think that now it would be completely ignorant of me to say, oh, well, you knew my intentions was, pure, genuine or pure, and not hold myself accountable in the sense of saying like, okay, even though my intent was this, I see how you could feel like X, Y, and Z.
That's understandable. So what made you change your whole thought process? Like, what made you realize that wasn't the right way to...
I think I've always realized, I feel like everything else that I have to process in life, there's like this good angel and this devil on my shoulder, right? And sometimes the angel is telling me to extend more grace and be more compassionate and be more understanding. And then sometimes the devil is like winning in his battles of saying like, I mean, you said what you said, stand on business, and things like that. So I think I've always knew better. It's just always been a matter of doing better.
Well, it's really good to know that you changed.
I mean, I think like everything else, it's with a daily time. Process. Like you said, with due process and
with due time.
Yeah, with due time.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so shall we wrap up here?
Yeah, I think we should. I think that this was a really good conversation. And I feel like I'm proud of me because I took accountability throughout this conversation. So proud of me.
For the first time ever. I'm proud of you as well.
Ooh, you being shady? Like, okay. Well, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Let us know what y'all would like to talk about in future and upcoming episodes.
And if y'all have any questions for us or just any, stories or want advice, how can they send it? Like,
I don't know about advice, y'all. I don't think I'm qualified to give nobody advice.
You got some good advice.
I don't have no. This is Sa, and I am letting y'all know I don't have any good advice. But if y'all do have anything, questions or any topics that y'all would like to cover, text us. We're gonna leave all of our information below.
Let's just tell them the number right now.
Okay, so if y'all do want to text us whatever y'all want to say. And this is not a robot. This is a two-way messaging line, y'all. So we do text back. Text us at 844-951-3212.
Follow us on Instagram at dearsister.talks. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The visuals will release 2 days after every audio release on all of the platforms. So if you're listening to this now on release day, you'll see the visuals in 2 days. So subscribe to our YouTube channel at Dear Sister Let's Talk. What else they need to do?
I don't know.
Tell your friends about this podcast. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, tell a friend and tell a friend. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next episode.
Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast, Let's Talk Sis, with Des and Sa.
Stay connected by following us on all of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget, use hashtag #DearSisterLet'sTalk to find us.
Wait, before you go, head over to our website or our Instagram and join our interactive community for a daily dose of sisterhood, where like-minded women fellowship, encourage, and create a safe space amongst one another.
See you inside, sis.
Toodles.
Bye.